Wanna play?
Wanna play? Wanna play? Wanna play? Wanna play?
Wanna play?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Wanna Play. My name is James McKenna, and today we are going to be ranking the Friday the 13th franchise. Now, yes, I have done this video before in the past, and as a matter of fact, that was actually the video that kind of got this channel rolling, because before that, I mean, there were videos, right? And there was like one video with like 100 views, that's about it. But this is the one where the original Friday the 13th ranking video that I did got like comments, like actual people started commenting, and it was like, oh, maybe this YouTube thing could actually be something. So for that reason, the original Friday the 13th ranking video does hold a special place in my heart and in the heart of the channel. But I mean, it's the Friday the 13th franchise. It's one of the biggest franchises in all of horror, and that video is awful. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. So I left you guys the option whether I was going to re-rank the Friday movies, the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, or do a who would win video between the Djinn from Wishmaster and Leprechaun. And what you guys chose was, well, the Friday the 13th re-ranking. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. So coming in last place is going to be Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, because what? I don't understand this. I really do not understand this movie. Like, so Jason dies. He goes to hell in the beginning, and then he turns into a slug. What? So Jason is going around as a slug, infesting other people now, so he's possessing other people, killing people as Jason, but he's possessing them, so his worm, which is him, is possessing other people, making them be Jason, and then they puke the slug up into another person. Now they're Jason, and it keeps going, and then they also inject that Jason now has a sister. What? Since when? And her sister has a dagger that she needs to kill. What? Like, what is this? I mean, you get, like, the Necronomicon, the actual Necronomicon from Evil Dead is in here, so Jason's now a Deadite? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And in last place is gonna be Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Coming in at number 11, we've got Jason X. Now, Jason X does have more moments, but it's still, like, I don't understand this. Like, Jason is in space now, so he went from hell to space in the next movie, and they're like, oh, we're preserving Jason, trying to find out how he gets his powers. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, it's just weird. I mean, again, there are moments. You get the liquid nitrogen kill, which is one of the most awesome kills ever. And you get Uber Jason, which is awesome. But just those two moments don't make up for the rest of the movie being just another odd mess of bad special effects and just weird things going on. Jason X, it's just not the movie for me. I mean, there are people who like this, there are people who actually love this movie, but it's just not for me, and it's gonna come in at number 11. Coming in at number 10, we've got Friday the 13th Part 3. Now, Friday the 13th Part 3, it doesn't have anything dumb in it, it's not confusing, but it doesn't have anything exciting in it either. There's just nothing that this movie really has to make it stand out. It's the first movie where Jason gets his mask. Cool. But it's got the weakest mask because of it. It's just a hockey mask. Like, there's nothing to it. It's just a plain hockey mask. There's just nothing really that this movie has going for it. Jason isn't great. It's not my favorite portrayal. He's just kind of slow moving, you know, doing what he does. It's very much a carbon copy of the first two films. The jump scare ending with Pamela, even though, yes, I own the figure back there, it's still just an oddball ending that's just kind of weird to me. Now, there are some good kills, and this does have one of the scarier unmasked Jasons, but, I mean, every Friday the 13th movie has some good kills. This one just, it doesn't stand out amongst the rest of the series, and for me, it's going to come in at number 10. At number 9 is going to be Friday the 13th, the 2009 remake. Now, this is one that's just another strange one in the series. Like, they remade Friday the 13th and didn't do anything new with it. And the only things new that they did with it are weird. Like, why is Jason kidnapping somebody? Why does Jason have a tunnel of bells? Why is he just so different from the other Jasons? I mean, the remake route isn't, in my opinion, the way that they could have gone after Freddy vs. Jason. There's so much cool stuff that they could have capitalized on the success of that movie with. I mean, like, come on, Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash, they had it right there. So why didn't they do that and instead gave us just this weird remake? It's just odd, especially for the last Friday the 13th movie to date. It's really just, it's just whatever. It's whatever. It's not the best remake. That's all it is. It's just a whatever movie, to be honest. I mean, there are some good kills. Jason is cool in the movie. He's running, he's quick, but again, it's just, if you were gonna remake Friday the 13th, you could have done a much, much better job than what they gave us here. And for me, it's gonna come in at number 9. At number 8 is going to be Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Now, I actually did rewatch this film only a couple hours ago as of shooting this video because, I'll be honest, I'd only ever seen the movie one time, and it was while I was binging the entire franchise, and by the time it got to Part 6, the premise was just really stale. So I went back and rewatched it because I had the same feelings towards a couple of those films, but when I rewatched them, I was like, oh no, these are actually pretty good. They have different things going for them that I didn't notice in that first time watching the entire series. But this one, I pretty much stand by with what I've said before. It's just kind of there. It's another one like Part 3. It's not as bland as Part 3 is, because Part 3 is really bland. This one has a cool Jason, although it's not the best. It's the weird tool belt Jason. And the kills aren't really that good. Like, there isn't any good kills. There's that one bit where they tip over the RV, and that's a really cool stunt that they had. The kills aren't that great, but what does bring it back and what does elevate it over some of the other ones is that, yeah, Jason's cool. It's a cool Jason. It's not the best Jason, but there's some cool shots and cool moments with Jason in this film. So for me, Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is going to be Friday the 13th Part 4, The Final Chapter. Now, this is another one that's just bland. It really is. It's just slightly less bland because we have more cool kills and a better looking Jason. This is the first time where Jason's mask actually looks pretty cool and pretty different. It's got the axe slashed through it, and his portrayal is awesome and menacing, as opposed to Part 3, him just walking around like this, just walking around. In this one, he's like bashing through doors and stuff. He gets some awesome kills, and the ending is phenomenal. It's always great to see a kid character take matters into their own hands at the end of one of these films, and Tommy Jarvis doing that is one of the coolest examples there is. When he's just hammering Jason, screaming, "Die, die, die." It's awesome. Combine that with Crispin Glover playing Jimmy, and probably my favorite character in the entire series, obviously removed from like Jason and Pamela themselves, and having my favorite kill in the entire series, the corkscrew kill, where Jimmy gets the corkscrew through the hand and then the machete through the face. It is an awesome kill, and decent movie. This is the first movie that I'll call decent in the franchise, and it comes in at number 7. Coming in at number 6, we've got Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, Jason Takes Manhattan is a very hated movie in the series. Now, a lot of people really don't like Jason Takes Manhattan, simply because it's called Jason Takes Manhattan, and he's only in Manhattan for the last 20 minutes of the film. But to me, that's almost like saying that you don't like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch because it doesn't have Michael Myers in it. If you take the movie on its own merits and rename it to, like, Friday the 13th Part 8, The Resurrection of Jason Voorhees, or something stupid like that, then I feel like a lot of people would actually really enjoy this movie, because it is different from the first 7 films that all took place in Crystal Lake, because this one, it takes place on a cruise ship. You got some really cool and fun moments within that cruise ship setting, and of course, once he actually gets to Manhattan, it is awesome. You get the boxing scene on the rooftop where he knocks the guy's head off. You get the bit, oh my god, the bit where he's standing in Times Square and the camera like pans around and just he's in the middle of Times Square, and it's, in my opinion, the coolest shot in the entire franchise. The only thing that's weird about this film is the little kid Jason. Like, I don't understand what they were going for with that, and I kind of cringed whenever he came on screen. But other than that, this movie is, again, it's pretty solid, and for me, it comes in at number 6. At number 5, we've got Friday the 13th Part 2. Now, Friday the 13th Part 2 is actually the first movie with Jason Voorhees as the killer. It's just odd kind of having him not in the hockey mask. I mean, you do get this cool-looking Jason with the sack head and the blue overalls doing some cool stuff. I mean, there's some cool kills and there's some cool moments with this Jason. He is very brutal, very menacing. And yeah, this is just a fun time. It's a fun little Friday the 13th movie. It's nothing insane. It's nothing that's gonna blow your mind, but there's nothing overtly dumb or overtly terrible about this movie. It's a good watch. It's not boring. It's not, you know, it's Friday the 13th Part 2. It's a good little follow-up to the original movie. If you were going to do a sequel to the original Friday the 13th, in my opinion, this is the way to go. Plus, you get some cool references to other 70s slashers like A Bay of Blood and The Town That Dreaded Sundown, especially with Jason's look being heavily inspired by the Phantom in that film. And you get a solid little Friday the 13th movie in Friday the 13th Part 2. It's great, and in my opinion, it's a really fun watch, and it comes in at number 5. At number 4, we've got Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. A New Beginning has become one of my favorite Friday the 13th films ever since I rewatched it for the little walkthrough video that I did last Friday the 13th. There's just so much fun to be had with this movie. It has by far the best cast of killable characters in the entire series. I mean, there are just some awesome characters. You get Tommy Jarvis, you get Reckless Reggie the Reckless, one of the fan favorite characters and probably my favorite kid character in the entire franchise. You get his family with his brother Demon and his girlfriend Anita, and they're awesome characters to have around. And my god, you get some amazing kills. You think of that scene where he straps the guy to a tree and like gouges his eye out with a leather strap, and then he stabs the girl in the eye and like shears, like closes the shears. My god, there are some awesome kills in this movie. It is a little weird, yes, having Roy Burns as the killer, not technically Jason, but if you take that out of it, you've got a solid Friday the 13th film. One of the best final girls, and as I said, some of the best killable characters in the entire franchise. It is a very fun movie, having Tommy Jarvis especially going around slamming people through tables because of what he went through in the first film. It's a great Friday the 13th film. It's one of the best, and for me it comes in at number 4. At number 3, we've got Freddy vs. Jason. This movie is awesome. Now, could it have been way better because they were going to have Pinhead pull up in the movie? Yes, it could have been better. But for what we got, it is my favorite crossover horror movie ever. I mean, it's Freddy Krueger versus Jason Voorhees, and they actually fight. Like, some of these versus horror movies, something like Alien versus Predator, like, they barely fight. Like, there are just some random subplots going on until the big ending scene is a fight. No, Freddy and Jason are fighting each other the entire film. Yes, there are some weird things, like Jason, clearly he's not afraid of water. They try telling us that he's afraid of water in this movie. He's not. But, I mean, it's awesome. Ken Kersinger, despite, not being Kane Hodder, he still puts in an amazing performance. He really makes the character his own. You get one of the best looking Jasons. Freddy Krueger, of course, played to perfection, as always, by Robert Englund. And you get just some awesome moments, especially the fight scene in the end where Freddy's using the machete and Jason uses Freddy's own hand that he ripped off and still got the glove, the finger knives on him, and he stabs Freddy with that. My God, this movie is awesome. It's just Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees bashing each other over and over and over. You get some awesome kills on the side as well. Obviously, the bed kill when he's just shanking the guy over and over and then he pulls the bed up is one of the best kills ever. Freddy vs. Jason is just an awesome crossover film, and for me, it comes in at number 3. At number 2, we've got the original Friday the 13th. Now, this is another one that a lot of people have lower down on their lists. And I can see why, because there are people who think that the reveal in the end was disappointing because, they gave you no hints towards it, and it gets pretty boring, people say. But in my opinion, it is a really, really good suspense and almost psychological slasher film. There are just so many cool psychological moments. You think of the moment where the girl is in the cabin and Pamela's outside screaming like, "Help me, come save me," just like a little boy Jason. It's very psychological stuff. You get some awesome suspense moments. This is just a great suspense film is what I'm trying to say. You get the bit, of course, when the girl, she's in the bathroom and she looks over and you get the shot of the curtains, the shower curtains, and she walks over and it's very slow and it's very drawn out. And then you see the axe come up behind her, smashes down into her face, and it's just like, it goes straight into it. The practical effects are amazing. The score, amazing. It's groundbreaking what Harry Manfredini did for the score of this film. Yes, there are some odd moments that didn't need to be there. There are some moments that does get a little bit boring at times, but for me, it's just all great suspense. And of course, you can't not talk about Crazy Ralph, the greatest harbinger of doom in horror movie history. For me, Friday the 13th is amazing. It's one of, if not the most famous horror movie ever made, and it comes in at number 2. But coming in at number 1 still is gonna be Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, because my God, it has the best Jason, and it's got the best protagonist fighting against Jason. This is Kane Hodder's first portrayal, and it is his best portrayal. He looks amazing. Just how he comes out of the water and all of his clothes are torn apart. You see his exposed spine, half of his mask has just been destroyed. My God, this is an awesome look for the character. Even underneath his mask, he looks amazing. This is the best unmasked Jason look there ever was. And in my opinion, the greatest protagonist in Friday the 13th history being Tina Shepard. She has telekinesis. Yes, this could be number 1 because I am a sucker for that film right there. And yes, Tina is pretty much a Carrie ripoff. But, come on. She's using her telekinesis to, blow fire. You get one of the coolest, in my opinion, the second best fire stunt in this whole series. Of course, number 1 is Freddy vs. Jason, where he's walking through the cornfield just completely ablaze. But this is just an awesome fire stunt that he has. And yeah, she puts up a bigger fight than She puts up a bigger fight than Freddy freaking Krueger did, because Freddy Krueger didn't drop a house on Jason, did he? This is an awesome movie. This is how you do a late Friday the 13th film. Now, if this was one of the earlier films, if it just went 1, 2, 3, and then all of a sudden they throw all this stuff at you, probably would have been a little bit lower, but for the placement of the series that it's in, how the rest of the films, the first 6, are pretty much the exact same thing, and then to inject this, it is an awesome breath of fresh air for the series. It is an awesome film with an awesome killer and an awesome protagonist, and just some amazing fire stunts, amazing explosion effects, and just everything about this movie is perfect. Now, the kills, yes, they're not great, but everything else in the entire film makes up for that. This movie is amazing, and for me, it comes in at number 1. So thank you for watching my re-ranking on the Friday the 13th franchise. Let me know what else you would like to see me rank in the comments down below. Next is probably going to be Nightmare on Elm Street, because a lot of people wanted to see a re-ranking of that series as well. But yeah, just leave what else you want to see in the comments. Friday night, stay tuned, because we will be doing a Killing Time live stream over on This Is My Design. Tune in for that. It'll be at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to be breaking down the entire Chucky series. The whole freaking thing in one big old live stream. We're going to have a Chucky giveaway, where we're giving away a Chucky doll, the pizza face Chucky from Child's Play 3. So be sure to tune into that. You can also follow me on Instagram at James from Wanna Play. And, of course, you can subscribe to this channel if you would like to. You don't have to, though, but thank you for watching this video anyways. Goodbye and good night. Bang! Tune into Killing Time, though. I mean, seriously. Friday, 7 EST. Be there. Be there. Bang.